Welcome, I am Lori Cooch, and this is another Makers with Heart mystery envelope video. This month's mystery envelope came from Dawn, excuse me, and her instructions are that I can use white daisy or black cardstock, and I can use 2 sheets of additional pattern paper or colored cardstock. I can do any stamps or thin cuts with the inks and the oxides. I can use a stencil. I can use the mixed media, which is glitter gel, shimmer brushes, glossy spray, liquid pearls, stickles, embossing powders. All of it are good. Just giving us a lot of leeway this month. Addition to the sparkles that she has provided, we got some sparkles here. We can add 1 type of embellishment and as many as I want of that. So like wood hearts, enamel dots, acrylic stars, or gold sequins, any of the embellishments like that. And Cricut cuts, which is exactly what I'm going to use. She provided some of the In Full Bloom papers and some cardstock, and I'm happy because I am going to be using the In Full Bloom digital image set. Now you may not even know that these are available. They are on my Makers website, and you just go and log on to my website, and there'll be a link to this in the description. But then you click on digital art, and then there's collections that coordinate with our paper packs. So I am using the In Full Bloom digital art. And I'm not going to make you watch me cut everything, but I will explain what I'm going to be doing after I cut them and how I did that. So I imported a couple things into my design space. The butterfly, there's a notepad. There's a saying that says life is lovely. And I'm going to be using those items on my card front, along with these pieces of paper, these lovely little blings, and probably some shimmer brush. I'm not 100% sure yet. So let's get started. Okay, off camera, I cut all the Cricut cuts, and I'm going to explain to you what I've done. I took the In Full Bloom, and I cut that down to 4 by 5 1/4 so that will fit with a white border around my 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 card base. I then added a piece of colored cardstock because the rules said I could, and I used I think it was charcoal, and I cut this down to 3 3/4 by 5, so that will also fit on there. I then took my second piece of In Full Bloom pattern paper, and I cut this using one of the tags in the In Full Bloom digital kit that I spoke about earlier, and that's going to go on there. Then in Design Space, well, here was the butterfly from that digital kit as well. We're going to do something with that. But I added a bleed in Design Space to the Life is Lovely words that were in that digital art kit. And so you can do that in Design Space. If you don't know how, just shoot me a message. I can show you. But it's one of the options when you click on your text. It's add offset, I think is what it's called. And I just added an offset, and then I put the letters on my Xyron. Now, I've had people tell me they don't like to use Xyron because they get sticky residual around their image. I'm going to show you how to avoid that. I'm going to just take my Cricut tool, and I'm going to burnish it a couple of times. And then I'm going to take my scoring tool for my Cricut. You can use any kind of fine tip, but not something that's going to cut anything. And you're just going to outline, and that's going to sever that glue from around the edges so that you get a nice clean, non-sticky edge. It's still going to be sticky where you want it to be sticky, but just not around the outsides. So you just outline your images. This was such a great little trick that someone shared with me years ago, and I don't even know if I was at a crop or at a learning event. I don't know. I just know that it was shared with me, and I have used it ever since, and I tell everybody else about it as well. Almost done. Okay, so now that that is done, I'm gonna just grab my tweezers and start placing these letters into that offset that I created in Design Space. And I'm gonna bring it up so I can see, because let's face it, I don't remember how they went. I mean, I know how the words go, but you could have used liquid glue on this. I just like my Xyron for these things. And when you cut little things like this, don't forget the dots to your eyes. I typically usually, and I see I didn't get in there very good with my tool, but that's okay. Anyways, don't miss the dots to your eyes. I usually lose those, but I got them in the Xyron. Now if I can just get them without losing them. I love these fine tip tweezers from Close to My Heart. They're really good about picking up small, tiny things that I have, like what I have here. Okay. So now I'm going to start assembling my card. I'm going to just put some adhesive on the back of my base. And I'm going to say, Dawn, thanks for using this, the In Full Bloom. I wasn't feeling it, but you kind of forced me to embrace it, and I do like it now. I'm going to just put this down so it's not perfectly centered within there. Now, before I stick the top of the butterfly on, I'm going to just go over it. I want a piece of scratch paper. I'll use this. And some clear shimmer brush so that the base is, ooh, this is really juicy, is going to be sparkly under the black. Just coloring the whole thing. I don't know why that pen was so juicy. I store them up like this in my bag. Okay, then I'm only going to adhere the centerpiece and the, whatever those things are called, of the butterfly. I'm going to stick some liquid glue on it. Whoa, that's a lot. I'm going crazy today. Just run a little up onto those. I'm going to stick this back on that piece of paper so I don't get glue all over my desk. There. So now the butterfly leaves will pop up a little, and you got the glittered, shimmered, not glittered, shimmered paper underneath. Can you see that? Can you see that it shimmers? I don't know. So now I want to put my Life is Lovely on here, and I'm going to put it a little wonky, and I'm going to use some foam tape. This is just leftover foam tape from shaker cards. Got quite the pile of it, so I use it up as much as I can. Stick one down there. If you didn't know about the digital art, we have them for a lot of our paper packs. So there's some really cool things out there. Like I said, just go to my website, and on the left-hand menu, click, on the click down, just click on digital art. You'll see what's all out there. And you can use that in your Cricut. I assume your Silhouette. I only have a Cricut, so that's all I know about. Now I'm going to put adhesive on the back of this. Oh, forgot our little bling blings. We're going to put those on here too. And I'm getting glitter from the butterfly that's on my fingers down here on the card. And you know what? I think it looks fine. Put this one up here. Oh. I dropped them. I don't know where they went. But that's okay. I still like just to have them. Oh, there they are. If you have bad eyes like me, these little tiny things are hard to... Come on. There. All right. And there it is. That's my Makers with Heart project. We do these every month on the 25th. And next month is Kim's turn to send out the envelope. And I already have it. So I will be making that soon to share with you in May on the 25th. Be sure and check out the other Makers with Heart mystery envelope videos. They are all releasing today on April 25th, and there will be links to them in my playlist, also on my YouTube channel. So thanks for watching. If you have not yet clicked subscribe, please do that, and let me know if you have any questions. Have a wonderful day.